Good morning, friends. I'm going to make a quick video with my tilted glasses about, maybe the last, 15 hours. A number of things have happened, so I'm going to go to the thing that I wrote, so you can read about it later if you want to, but I'm just going to make this video kind of just updating you on what I've been working with. So I start off in the post saying, "Good morning, friends." And I mentioned that a series of synchronicities have occurred that have awakened me to some new changes in my awareness of self that some of you may be noticing in yourself as well. So some things that are changing. First, yesterday, I met a man and a woman while walking in the neighborhood of Uptown Port Townsend on the Olympic Peninsula that we can take a ferry over and back for about $4 each. So it's a half-hour ferry ride there and a half-hour ferry ride back, and a really nice place to walk and get some exercise. So we were walking and looking at houses and gardens and things, like going to a park, but it's a town. And then we struck up a conversation and ended up speaking with this couple about healing and consciousness. And it turns out that they both, it's the way I wrote it, they both are writers and filmmakers. And I asked about the films that they made, and they said horror movies. Last night in the dream world, I felt that I worked with one disturbing dream after another. And today I was speaking with my wife and was talking about the world healing field that I was asked to set up in late January 2020 to help ground the disturbed energies surrounding the planet. And I've mentioned before in videos and in my writing that I found this task difficult. I sought out some help from friends to help me ground the energy, from friends, students, and clients, and was able to handle the task more or less for the past 4.5 years. And this morning, while I was speaking with my wife, I was aware of a feeling of hopelessness, that this task, this process that we're in, was too big. And I was feeling that if I continued in the way that I have been working with it, that I wasn't going to be able to continue to complete the 28-year cycle of cleansing that started in 1997 and completes on March 23rd of 2025. So I was feeling some hopelessness. And then last night before bed, I did a healing session over the phone with a client in Michigan, and for almost 2 hours, we released and integrated the energy of fear. And we both felt that the session went well and lots of things changed during the process. But I realized after the session that there must be a better way that I can work with the energies of fear that seem to be consistently stimulated and arising around the planet. So this morning I pulled some tarot cards for our family, and everyone got seemingly uplifting cards but me. I got the 5 of Cups, which was emotional disappointment. And it described that disappointment is the state where you experience emotional depression, like the murky seas, and anger, like the red sky. Disappointment takes us off balance and makes us feel uprooted, yet can be transformative. The roots of the lily pad on the card make the shape of a butterfly, which is a universal symbol for transformation. And the astrological aspect of this card is Mars in Scorpio. So Mars is the planet associated with energy, vitality, and assertion, that which I felt like I lacked. And like Mars, this is disappointment that is deep and vital. Scorpio is associated with going to the depths. This is disappointment that can go back as early as when you were 5, and you're no longer willing to hang on to past disappointments or be a lineage bearer for family disappointments. And it suggested that the Hierophant can be drawn upon to help. Finally, I sought out some help. I was feeling things were shifting, but I sought out some help from the book Attuned by Thomas Hubel. And the part of the book I'm reading is about global social witnessing. And the book suggested that I seek out news, which is disquieting, about a current social event that is difficult or upsetting. Shouldn't be too hard to find, without being too overwhelming. And how would you know until you sought it out and noticed, oh, she's fairly overwhelming. But anyway, without it being too overwhelming. And it suggested using the 3-sync process to aid in the process. And I'm like, the 3-sync process? I can't remember that. So I went back in the book, found it in the, chapter headings, and went and read about the 3-sync process. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and go back to that and just read it about you. I'm going off page. So the 3-sync practice starts off and it says, we might think of coherence as an optimum condition in which the mind is alert, the heart is open and receptive, and the body is energized and balanced. Although this is true, more than anything, coherence is the ability to be present with the experience of the mind, the heart, and the body, whatever they are, while engaging directly with life. The idea of creating sustained personal coherence may sound a bit aspirational or ambitious to some, but in truth, we can all experience greater coherence with practice. As you go about your day, simply practice being aware of what is happening inside you while simultaneously being present for whatever is happening outside you. In other words, as you engage with others, your colleagues, your partners, your neighbor, and as you go about your daily routines, responding to email, delivering a presentation, cooking dinner, practice noticing what is arising in your interior landscape. What sensations are present in the body? What thoughts or emotions are here? By regularly witnessing our interiors as we experience our exteriors, we can begin to develop a greater sense of alignment and wholeness, what I call inner-outer coherence. So there's more about the 3-sync process, and I may read more about it. I may have even made a video already about it. But the book was suggesting I use the 3-sync process, so I went and looked at that. And what I feel that I was missing was a plan, direction, ideas about how to shift my current reality. Everything over the past 12 or 15 hours or so was pointing me in directions that helped inform me how to make a change. I guess my question to the universe was, what can I do within my own abilities to change my internal reality in relation to my external reality? And so there's the 3-sync process. I also was asking, how can I change so that I am more present, aware, accountable, and willing to do anything within and outside of myself to help uplift the planet and her inhabitants? I think that it might be useful for each of us to let go of thinking that, quote, nothing's going to help, quote, we are doomed to repeat past mistakes, quote, there's no end to war, suffering, and hopelessness. What is possible? What are the old disappointments we've been carrying forward and we're still grappling with now, when we can resolve the energy of those disappointments by just observing these old feelings and releasing them? What is possible? This is the only question I feel like asking myself right now. Then make the changes in myself, take action, be the change. Phew, I wrote, phew, this helped me change my state. I hope it does the same for you. All for one, one for all. Now must go. Been a pleasure, as always.